I walked into the garage, and my car was gone. Not stolen.
Sold.
My 2022 Ford Mustang GT that I'd spent 2 years saving for, customizing, perfecting. Every modification paid for with my own money.
Gone.
I found my parents in the kitchen. Where's my car? My mother didn't even look up from her coffee. We sold it. Your brother needed a down payment for his house. Family helps family. $65,000. That's what I'd paid for that car. Premium package, performance upgrades, custom exhaust, everything. They sold it for $40,000 and gave the money to my brother Kyle.
Didn't ask. Didn't tell me.
Just took my keys while I was at work and handed my dream to a stranger. You're being selfish, my father said when I stood there shaking. Kyle has a wife and a baby coming. He needed help. You're single with no responsibilities. You can buy another car. I walked out without another word. What they didn't know was that car wasn't just mine. It was collateral on a business loan I'd just secured. The bank needed the title. I had 7 days to produce it or the loan defaulted, and I'd lose everything. What they really didn't know was what I was about to do next. And when they found out, it wouldn't just be a car they lost. Before I tell you how this destroyed them, drop a comment and let me know where you're watching from. Because I need to know I'm not the only one whose family stole their dreams and called it love. My name is Garrett Fisher, and I'm 33 years old. I grew up in Phoenix, Arizona, where the heat wasn't the only thing that made it hard to breathe. The real suffocation came from living in Kyle's shadow. Kyle is my younger brother, 2 years younger, but you'd think he was royalty the way my parents treated him. He was the athlete, the charming one, the son who did everything right. Got married at 25 to his high school sweetheart Amber. Had a stable job in sales. Now they had a baby on the way. I was the other son, the one who took the practical route. Became an electrician instead of going to college. Made decent money, but nothing impressive by my family standards. Stayed single because I was focused on building something bigger than a paycheck. For 2 years, I'd been saving every extra dollar to buy that Mustang GT. Worked overtime. Took side jobs. Skipped vacations. Lived in a small apartment so I could put money away. When I finally had enough, I bought it. Metallic black, 450 horsepower, 6-speed manual. It was perfect. I spent the next year customizing it. Better exhaust system.
Upgraded suspension.
Custom wheels. Performance tune. I did some of the work myself, paid specialists for the rest. That car wasn't just transportation. It was proof that I could want something and make it happen. My family never understood it. Why spend so much on a car? My mother would ask. It's just going to depreciate. It's not about the money, I'd say. It's about having something that's mine. Kyle thought it was ridiculous. You could have invested that money, bought property, done something smart. But Kyle had always gotten things handed to him. Down payment for his first car? Parents gave it to him. Help with his wedding? Parents paid half. When he wanted to upgrade from his apartment to a rental house, they co-signed his lease. I never got help. Never asked for it either. Learned early that asking meant being compared to Kyle, and found lacking. So, I built my life alone. Saved alone. Achieved alone. 6 months ago, I started planning my own electrical contracting business. I'd been working for someone else for 12 years. I was ready to build something of my own. I applied for a business loan. $50,000 to cover equipment, licensing, initial operating costs, everything I needed to launch. The bank approved me, but they wanted collateral. My car. The title would be held by the bank until the loan was paid off. Standard procedure. I'd signed the papers 2 weeks ago. The title transfer was processing. The bank needed the physical title delivered within 7 days, or the loan would be canceled. I'd planned to deliver it that Friday. But when I came home from work on Tuesday, my car was gone. And my entire future went with it. I stood in that kitchen staring at my parents, trying to process what they'd just said. You sold my car. We borrowed against it. My mother corrected. Technically, we used it to help Kyle. You don't borrow against something that's not yours. That's called theft. Don't be dramatic, my father said. It's just a car. You can get another one. That car is collateral on my business loan. The bank needs the title in 5 days, or I lose everything. My mother's face changed. What business loan? I'm starting my own electrical contracting company. I've been planning it for 6 months. The bank approved a $50,000 loan with my car as collateral. You just sold my collateral. You never told us you were starting a business, my father said. Because you never ask about my life. You're too busy worrying about Kyle. Kyle has a family, my mother said, like that explained everything. He has responsibilities. A baby coming. He needed help with the down payment on a house. So you stole from me to give to him. We didn't steal. We made a family decision. A family decision would involve the family member whose car you sold. Lower your voice, my father commanded. We did what was best for the family. Kyle needed $40,000. We sold your car to get it. You sold a $65,000 car for $40,000. The buyer offered $40,000. We needed to move fast. Kyle's offer on the house had a deadline. I felt like I was drowning. Where's the title? We gave it to the buyer. That's how car sales work, Garrett. I need that title. I need the car. Where did it go? Who bought it? Some dealership. I don't remember the name. Your father handled it. I turned to my father. What dealership? Desert Auto something. They buy used cars. I called them. They came out, looked at the car, made an offer. We took it. You sold my customized Mustang GT to a used car dealership for $40,000. It was the fastest option. I pulled out my phone and called Desert Auto Sales. The guy who answered confirmed they'd bought a 2022 Mustang GT that morning. Already listed it for sale at $62,000. I need to buy it back, I said. Sure, $62,000, and it's yours. I'll give you $45,000. Not interested. We priced it to sell at $62,000. It'll go fast. I hung up, looked at my parents. They want $62,000 for the car you sold for $40,000. I don't have $62,000. I have $3,000 in savings because the rest went into that car. Kyle will pay you back eventually, my mother said. Eventually doesn't help me in 5 days when my loan defaults. Maybe this is a sign, my father said. Maybe you're not ready to start a business. Maybe you should wait. I've been waiting my whole life. Waiting for you to support me the way you support Kyle. Waiting for you to care about my dreams the way you care about his. I'm done waiting. I walked out, got in my truck, drove to Kyle's apartment. Time for him to understand exactly what he'd cost me. Kyle answered the door in gym shorts and a t-shirt, holding a beer.
Garrett.
What's up? Where's the $40,000? What? The $40,000 mom and dad gave you from selling my car. Where is it?
His face changed. Oh, yeah.
They told me they were helping with the down payment. Didn't realize it came from your car. You didn't ask where they got $40,000? I figured it was their money. They said they wanted to help. It wasn't their money. It was my car. My $65,000 car that I spent 2 years saving for. Look, man, I'm sorry, but I already gave the money to the seller. The house closes in 3 days. I can't get it back. That car was collateral on my business loan. The bank needs a title in 5 days or I lose everything. Kyle took a drink of his beer. That's rough. But I don't know what you want me to do about it. I want you to give me back the $40,000 so I can buy my car back. I don't have it. I just told you. It's with the escrow company. It's gone. Then pull out of the house deal. Are you insane? Amber and I have been looking for a house for 6 months. This is perfect. 3 bedrooms, good neighborhood, close to her parents. We're not walking away because you're mad about a car. It's not just a car, Kyle. It's my business. My future. Everything I've been working toward. Then you should have told mom and dad about the loan. They didn't know. They should have asked before selling something that wasn't theirs. Look, I get you're upset. But this is kind of your fault for not communicating. I stared at him. My fault.
Yeah.
If you told everyone about your business plans, they would have known not to touch the car. But you keep everything secret, so how are they supposed to know? I keep things secret because every time I share something, it gets compared to you and found lacking. You get support. I get lectures. That's not true. It's completely true. When you wanted to get married, they threw you an engagement party and paid for half the wedding. When I bought my car, they said it was a waste of money. When you needed help with the down payment, they sold my car without asking. When I need help, I'm told to figure it out myself. Because I have a family, Garrett. Priorities are different when you have a wife and a kid coming. So I don't matter because I'm single. That's not what I said. It's exactly what you said. Amber appeared in the doorway. What's going on? Nothing, Kyle said. Garrett's just upset about the car situation. The car situation, I repeated. That's what we're calling theft now. Nobody stole anything, Amber said. Your parents helped us. That's what family does. Family asks first. Family doesn't take something that doesn't belong to them. Maybe you should have kept your car somewhere safer if it was so important, she said. I looked at Kyle. At Amber. At the life they were building with money stolen from mine. You're right, I said. I should have protected myself better. From my own family. I left. Drove home. Sat in my apartment staring at the wall. 5 days until the loan defaulted. No car.
No collateral.
No business. Unless I did something they'd never expect. I called my lawyer the next morning. His name was Vincent Torres, and I'd used him once before for a contract dispute with a client. Vincent, I need to sue my parents. For what? They sold my car without permission and gave the money to my brother. I need it back. Tell me everything. I explained the whole situation. The car. The loan. The collateral. The 5-day deadline. The $40,000 now sitting in Kyle's house escrow. This is theft, Vincent said. Conversion of property. You have a strong case. But lawsuits take time. You won't get a judgment in 5 days. What can I do now? File for emergency injunction. Ask the court to freeze the house sale until this is resolved. Argue that your property was converted and used in that transaction. If you can prove the car was yours and they sold it without authorization, the court might halt the closing. Will that work?
Maybe.
It's aggressive. It'll blow up your family relationships. They already sold my car. How much worse can it get? Fair point. I'll file the emergency motion today. Hearing will probably be tomorrow or Friday. Bring all your documentation. Title, registration, loan papers, anything proving the car was yours and you didn't consent to the sale. I have everything.
Good.
And Garrett, this is going to get ugly. It already is ugly. I'm just making it official. After hanging up with Vincent, I called the bank handling my business loan. Explained the situation. Told them I was taking legal action to recover the vehicle. We appreciate your transparency, the loan officer said. But our deadline stands. If you can't provide the title or substitute collateral by Friday, the loan is canceled. I understand. I'm working on it. Good luck. I spent the rest of the day gathering documents. Every receipt from the car purchase. Every modification invoice. Registration in my name. Insurance in my name. Photos of me with the car. The loan approval letter from the bank listing the car as collateral. The evidence was overwhelming. The car was mine. They'd stolen it.
My phone rang.
My mother. I answered.
What?
What is this about a lawsuit?
Kyle just called.
He said his realtor got notified about a court filing. I filed for an emergency injunction to stop the house sale. You did what? You stole my car. Sold it. Gave the money to Kyle. That money is mine. I'm getting it back. You're going to ruin your brother's house purchase over this? He ruined my business over this. Fair is fair. This is insane. You're suing your own family. You stole from your own son. I'd say we're even. Your father is furious. He should have thought about that before he sold something that didn't belong to him. We're your parents, Garrett. You don't sue your parents. You don't steal from your children. But here we are. If you go through with this, you're out of this family. I was never really in it. I was just the backup son you used when Kyle needed something. Well, I'm done being used. You'll regret this. The only thing I regret is not standing up to you years ago. I hung up. She called back. I didn't answer. My father called. I didn't answer. Kyle sent texts. I blocked his number. Tomorrow was the court hearing. Tomorrow I'd either save my business or lose everything. But at least I'd go down fighting. The emergency hearing was set for Thursday at 2 p.m. I arrived at the courthouse an hour early with Vincent and all my documentation. My parents showed up at 1:45. Kyle and Amber came with them. They sat on the opposite side of the hallway, glaring at me. My mother looked like she'd been crying. My father looked furious. Kyle looked stressed. Amber looked disgusted. Vincent leaned over. You ready for this?
No.
But let's do it anyway. At 2 o'clock, we were called into the courtroom. Judge Rebecca Morrison presiding. She was in her 50s, had a reputation for being no-nonsense. Vincent presented our case first. Laid out the facts clearly. The car was mine. Titled in my name. Registered in my name. Insured by me. My parents had taken the keys while I was at work and sold it without permission. They gave the proceeds to my brother for a house down payment. I needed the car as collateral for a business loan that would default in 24 hours. Your Honor, this is textbook conversion of property, Vincent said. Mr. Fisher is asking the court to freeze the house purchase pending resolution of this matter and order the return of the $40,000 obtained from selling his vehicle. My parents' lawyer stood up.
His name was Donald something.
Looked expensive. Your Honor, this is a family dispute being blown out of proportion. Mr. Fisher's parents borrowed against an asset they believed was available for family use. They intended to reimburse him eventually. There was no criminal intent. Judge Morrison looked at him. They took his car and sold it without asking? They made a family decision during a crisis. Mr. Fisher's brother needed help. The parents facilitated that help. With property that didn't belong to them. They're his parents. They've supported him his entire life. This is simply a misunderstanding about boundaries. Did they have permission to sell the car? Not explicit permission, but... So no. Donald shifted. Families don't operate on explicit permissions for every action. Families also don't typically sell each other's $65,000 vehicles without asking. Judge Morrison looked at my parents. Is it true you sold your son's car without his knowledge or consent? My father stood. Your Honor, we were helping our other son. He has a wife and a baby coming. He needed a house. We saw an opportunity to help by taking something that belonged to someone else. We intended to make it right eventually. Eventually isn't a legal standard. Did you ask Garrett before selling his car?
No.
Why not? Because we knew he'd say no. The courtroom went quiet. My father had just admitted it. They knew I wouldn't consent, so they didn't ask. Judge Morrison looked at her notes. Mr. Fisher, do you have the loan documents showing the car as collateral? Vincent handed them up. The judge read through them. And this loan defaults tomorrow if you can't provide the title or substitute collateral? Yes, Your Honor. Can you provide substitute collateral?
No.
I used all my savings to buy the car and start the business planning. I don't have other assets worth $50,000. Judge Morrison looked at my parents. Can you return the $40,000 today? My mother spoke up.
No.
It's already in escrow for Kyle's house purchase. So, your decision to sell property that didn't belong to you is now preventing your other son from starting his business. We didn't know about the business, she said. Did you ask? Silence. Judge Morrison made some notes. Here's my ruling. I'm granting the emergency injunction. The house sale is frozen until this matter is resolved. I'm ordering the $40,000 returned to Mr. Garrett Fisher within 48 hours. If the parents cannot provide the funds, I'm ordering Mr. Kyle Fisher to withdraw from the house purchase and return the down payment. This court does not reward theft, even when it's called family help. Kyle stood up. Your Honor, that's not fair. We didn't steal anything. Your parents stole on your behalf. You benefited from that theft. That makes you complicit. You have 48 hours to return the money or lose the house. The gavel came down. My family stared at me like I'd betrayed them. I walked out of that courthouse with my head up for the first time in days. The next 24 hours were chaos I watched from a distance. Kyle and Amber scrambled to find $40,000. They couldn't. Their savings were already depleted from wedding costs and preparing for the baby. Their parents couldn't help because they didn't have $40,000 in liquid assets. They'd lived comfortable, but not wealthy. By Friday afternoon, Kyle had to withdraw from the house purchase. Lost his earnest money. $3,000 gone. The house went to the backup offer. Amber posted on social media about family betrayal, about her husband's brother ruining their dreams, about how some people only think about themselves. The comment section had mixed reactions. Some people supported them. Others asked why they accepted money from a stolen car. Those comments got deleted fast. My parents called a family meeting at their house Saturday morning, demanded I attend. I went because I wanted to see their faces. The entire extended family was there. Aunts, uncles, cousins. Everyone staring at me when I walked in. My father stood up. Garrett has something to say to Kyle and Amber. No, I don't. You owe them an apology. For what? Getting my stolen property back. For ruining their house purchase. For embarrassing this family in court. For putting yourself above family. I put myself equal to family. That's what you can't stand. My mother stood up, crying. How could you do this to your brother? He has a baby coming. They needed that house. They needed my car more? They needed my business loan? They needed my future? You're single, she shouted. You don't have the same abilities Kyle has. So that means you can steal from me? We were helping family. I am family. Or did you forget that when you decided Kyle's needs matter more than mine? Kyle stood up. You know what, Garrett? You're right. You are family. You're the family member who sued his own parents, who destroyed his brother's house deal, who cares more about a car than his nephew. I care about a car that represented 2 years of work. That was collateral on a business loan you knew nothing about because you've never asked about my life. Because your life is boring, Kyle shouted. You work. You tinker with cars. You don't have a wife or kids or anything interesting going on. I'm sorry we don't celebrate you for being alone. The room went silent. There it is, I said quietly. The truth. I don't matter because I'm not married. Because I don't have kids. Because I chose a different path than you. That's why you think it's okay to steal from me. Because my dreams are less important than yours. My Aunt Carol spoke up. Maybe this is a lesson for everyone. About asking permission before making big decisions. It's not a lesson, my father said. It's a betrayal. Garrett betrayed this family. No, I said. You betrayed me. Years ago. Every time you chose Kyle over me. Every time you dismissed my achievements. Every time you treated me like the backup son. This isn't about a car. This is about being invisible in my own family until you needed something from me. I walked out. Behind me, I heard Amber crying. Kyle cursing. My mother saying something about forgiveness. I drove to the bank. Delivered the court order requiring the $40,000 to be returned. By Monday, the money would be in my account. I could pay off the dealership, get my car back, deliver the title to the bank, save my business loan. But I couldn't get back the family I'd lost. Or maybe I'd never had them to lose. Monday morning, the $40,000 hit my account. Court-ordered transfer from the escrow company. I called Desert Auto Sales immediately. I'll pay $62,000 for the Mustang you bought last week. It's sold yesterday. My heart stopped. What? Yeah, young couple bought it Saturday. Paid cash. Already processed the title transfer. I need that car. I have a court order. Court order is between you and whoever sold it to us. We bought it legally, sold it legally. It's gone. I hung up, called Vincent. The car sold. What are my options? Sue your parents for the full value of the vehicle. $65,000 plus emotional distress. Use that money for substitute collateral on your loan. How long will that take? Months. Maybe a year. I need the title by Friday or the loan defaults. Then you need to find substitute collateral. Can you borrow against anything else? I don't have anything else. Vincent was quiet.
I'm sorry, got it.
You got the money back, but the car is gone. Sometimes winning isn't winning everything. I called the bank, explained the situation. They agreed to extend my deadline 2 weeks if I could provide proof I was pursuing substitute collateral. I had 2 weeks to figure out a solution. I used the $40,000 plus my $3,000 in savings to buy equipment. Commercial van, tools, supplies, licensing fees. I couldn't start as big as I'd planned, but I could start small. One-man operation. Build gradually instead of launching with employees. It wasn't the dream I'd planned, but it was something. I named the business Fisher Electric, registered it officially, got insured, created a website, started reaching out to former clients, telling them I'd gone independent. Within a month, I had enough work booked to survive. Within 3 months, I was making more than I'd made working for someone else. I never spoke to my parents again, or Kyle, or Amber. They tried reaching out a few times. Apology emails I didn't read, voicemails I deleted. They'd made their choice. I'd made mine. 6 months after starting Fisher Electric, I bought another car. Not a Mustang. A 2023 Dodge Challenger. Bright blue, 485 horsepower, loud exhaust. I didn't customize it. Didn't need to. It was mine, and no one could take it. I parked it in my new apartment. Bigger place. Better neighborhood. Success looked different than I'd planned, but it still looked good. My cousin Taylor reached out one day, asked if we could have coffee. She'd heard the whole story from multiple angles. "You did the right thing," she said. "Standing up for yourself. I'm sorry it cost you the family." Cost me the family, or revealed I never really had them? Maybe both.
Yeah.
Maybe both. We stayed in touch after that. She became the family I chose. Along with friends from work, clients who became mentors, people who valued me for what I built, not for how I compared to Kyle. 1 year after my parents sold my car, Fisher Electric had grown to 3 employees and 6-figure revenue. I didn't send them a holiday card. 18 months after the lawsuit, my mother showed up in my office. I was in the middle of quoting a commercial rewiring job when my assistant told me someone was asking for me. I walked to the lobby. My mother stood there looking older, tired, smaller than I remembered. "Can we talk? I'm working."
Please.
5 minutes. We went to my office. She sat across from my desk, hands folded. "Your father and I are divorcing." I didn't know what to say to that. After everything that happened with you and Kyle, we started fighting. About money. About priorities. About whose fault it was that we lost you. We couldn't agree. Couldn't fix it. So we're ending it. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you? I don't hate you, Mom. I'm just done being treated like I don't matter. You mattered. You always mattered. Not like Kyle. She looked away.
No.
Not like Kyle. And I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry we made you feel invisible. I'm sorry we took your car. I'm sorry we chose him over you so many times you stopped counting. Why? Why did we do it? Yeah. She was quiet for a long time. Because Kyle needed us. And you never did. You were always so independent, so capable. You figured everything out on your own. Kyle struggled. He needed help constantly. We told ourselves we were just balancing the support. But really, we were taking the easy path. Kyle asked for help, we gave it. You didn't ask, so we didn't offer. We failed you. Completely.
Yeah.
You did. I know sorry doesn't fix it. I know it doesn't undo anything. But I am sorry. And I wanted you to know your father and I aren't together anymore, partly because of what we did to you. That guilt destroyed us. That's not what I wanted. I know. But it's what we deserved. She stood to leave. Stopped at the door. You built something good here. I can see that. I'm proud of you. I should have said that years ago. I'm saying it now, even though it's too late. It's not too late for you to mean it. It's just too late for it to change anything between us. She nodded.
Left.
I sat at my desk for a long time after, feeling something between sad and relieved. They'd finally admitted it. Finally said out loud what I'd known my whole life. Kyle mattered more. I was the afterthought. But I'd built a life anyway. Without them. Despite them. And that life was pretty damn good. Here's what I learned from having my car stolen by my own parents. Your value to your family shouldn't depend on whether you need them. Your worth isn't measured by how much help you require. Your dreams don't matter less because you're single or child-free or following a different path. I spent 33 years being the easy son. The one who didn't need help, so he didn't get any. The one who figured it out alone, so he was left alone. The one who built success quietly while Kyle got celebrated loudly. When they needed money for Kyle's house, they didn't think twice about taking my car. Not because they didn't know it mattered to me, because they didn't care. Kyle's needs were always more important than mine. Suing my own parents wasn't revenge. It was boundaries. Clear, legal, enforceable boundaries that said, you don't get to steal from me and call it family love. You don't get to prioritize one son while erasing the other. Some people said I went too far. That family should forgive family. That I should have just let it go. Those people never had their dreams stolen by the people who were supposed to protect them. I didn't destroy Kyle's house purchase. My parents did when they stole my car. I didn't ruin their marriage. They did when they chose favoritism over fairness. I didn't tear apart the family. I just stopped pretending the cracks weren't already there. 18 months later, Fisher Electric is thriving. I have clients who respect me, employees who depend on me, and a life I built without anyone's help. I drive a car no one can take. I own a business no one can steal. I have boundaries no one can cross. My parents lost their marriage. Kyle lost his dream house. Amber lost the family support she'd counted on. They all lost me. And I gained myself. If you've ever been the forgotten child while your sibling got everything, if you've had your property stolen and been told to forgive because it's family, if you've been told your dreams matter less because your life looks different, drop a comment. Share where you're watching from. Hit that like button and subscribe for more real stories about families who take what isn't theirs, people who fight back, and the moment you realize that sometimes losing your family means finding yourself. Remember, being independent doesn't mean you deserve less. It means you've already learned to survive without them. And when they prove they don't value you, at least you know you'll be fine. Better than fine. You'll be free.